Okay, so we want to talk again about positional dominance. And if you guys haven't seen the video that we put out from Comp Team, take a look at that. It's on our Facebook page. But positional dominance has a huge importance in warfare in general. In other words, just a kind of an overview. If you are in the military and you're performing an operation, one of the first things that you're going to do is you're going to secure a perimeter. Meaning that you're going to gain some kind of positional dominance, or you're going to secure a perimeter and put people on roofs. Why? Because you want to have positional dominance, okay? And sometimes, you know, in grappling, because it's such a fast sport, you're moving while you're wrestling, you almost forget how important it is to gain positional dominance. I mean, if you think of the word jiu-jitsu, it comes from the word water, ju meaning water. So ju, gentle, water, wade is jiu-jitsu, water, wade. So if you want to stop somebody's jiu-jitsu, then that means that you have to stop them from being water. So that means that you have to control them. Controlling is what? Positional dominance. Okay, Jim, can I use you real quick? Here's what I mean, positional dominance, when we're in a clinch range, kind of body to body, okay? So if you look at it from this angle, okay, right now, if I have one underhook on him, and let's say if I have my hand here, do I have positional dominance? Yes. Now let me ask you a question. Which one has better positional dominance? This position here or this position here? The second one. Because I control more of his body. Here I control one side of his body, right? Here I control his posture. Almost all his body movement. Now, when you talk about seat belts or body locks, the front body lock is when you have his lower body trapped by your grip and you're almost belly to belly. If I'm on the side, this is a side body lock position where now it's my chest on the side of his body. And then finally, you have the rear seat belt, or when I'm in back control over his body. Don't overlook these three when it comes to the clinch position. For 20 years, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys were beating Lucha Livre guys in Brazil, Thai boxers in MMA matches, mainly with that front body lock position. Now, why? See, when you go for a double leg takedown and you lower your level, what do you always put at risk to some degree? Your neck. And if you wind up taking that person down, 50% of the time you wind up where? In their guard, right? So that means that double leg takedowns efficiency is 50% of the time I'm going to wind up in the guard, and 10% of the time my neck's going to be open or susceptible. Right? But see, when you have a front body lock, real quickly, when you have, just turn it this way, John. When you have a front body lock on somebody, to the mount of position with never putting your neck at risk. Make sense? So with that idea in mind, you guys, I want to kind of just give you guys an overview of this position, and I'm going to start with kind of like the setups. Now, normally when your bodies are in a 50-50 position, he doesn't have an advantage, nor do I at this point. We're kind of in the same position. But here's the thing, I can gain little bits of positional dominance with the way that I posture my body. For example, this arm, the underhook arm, it's very important to gain and underhook all the way up to this person's shoulder if possible. Meaning if it's down here, it's much easier for him to swim inside of that, push it down. But up here, I have more positional dominance, right? Okay? The second thing is that whatever side underhook I have in, I want to have that hip close to his body. Okay? I don't want it to be out here. So in other words, 1 is the underhook, 2 is the hip position. Now the third position is where this arm's going to be. Normally, when you're just doing the drill and not paying attention, you're kind of holding on to this arm, right? The whole goal of this arm is to bring your elbow under so that he never gets a grip on your body. So in other words, if you look at the positional difference right now on both me and Jim, right now I'm up on his shoulder. Is he up on my shoulder? So that means what? Do that to me, Jim. Break that underhook on that side. It's not going to happen, right? So underhook, hip to the body, elbow in. Okay, that's the first position. Can we just try that on each other back and forth a little bit? Okay, when you get there, right there, just feel the strength. And if this person moves around, stay with them and lead with that hip and walk with them. Make sense? Okay, that's our first point. Let's do it.